There's a place in space that's glowing with the color of blood. It might look beautiful, but it's actually a mystery that's puzzled astronomers for a long time. And now they think they've finally figured it out. Here's what we know so far. It's called the Crimson Nebula, and it's located in the constellation Cancer, the Crab. It's about 11,000 light-years away, and it's huge. The glowing cloud of gas and dust is over 300 light-years across. That's big enough to fit 1 million of our solar systems in a row. And the reason it is red is because it is full of elements that are superheated to around 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 6,000 degrees Celsius. Now, when astronomers were observing this nebula, they noticed something strange. They saw what looked like heart-like pulses coming from within. At first, they thought maybe it was a star that was going supernova, exploding one giant star that could explain all of the heat and light. But as they watched, they realized the star-like pulses were actually coming from many different directions. And not only that, they seemed to be coming from all points on the surface of the nebula. So then they had another idea. Maybe there was some kind of massive shock wave moving through the nebula, like an enormous explosion that threw all of these elements out into space. But again, that didn't really explain why the heart-shaped pulses seemed to be coming from everywhere at once. And then they remembered something else. A long time ago, ancient Babylonian astronomers called this nebula the womb of stars. What if instead of an explosion, something was being born inside of this nebula? Now, when they looked at the nebula with a new perspective, it actually did look kind of like a giant star-filled egg. And in 2020, astronomers found the answer. They discovered a very young stellar cluster right in the middle of the nebula. These stars are so young that their formation is still in progress. Gravity is pulling together giant blobs of gas and dust, and those blobs are made mostly of hydrogen and helium, the same stuff that makes up our sun. So it seems like this stellar nursery is giving birth to brand new stars. It is not quite clear yet how these baby stars will affect the nebula, or if the nebula will have any effect on them. But scientists hope to find out soon. It's a small step in understanding what happens in the beginning, not just for stars, but for everything in the universe. If you like optimistic science and tech stories, stay tuned for more.